Graham requested me on Patreon to review Flamin Hot, a movie about the creation of the Flamin Hot Cheetos. Lately, there's been a trend of movies that depict the making of a product. I personally have not minded these kinds of movies, as I do find something interesting about how ideas are brainstormed about a product, why companies decide to make it, the behind-the-scenes marketing involved, and other things. Although I've found some of the best ones, like The Social Network, The Founder, and BlackBerry, depict the issues that can occasionally arise when the product becomes successful and the effect this has on the people of the company. While Flamin Hot is partly about the creation of those spicy Cheetos, its fashion primarily is a rags to riches story. And that's why the movie worked for me, as Richard Montanez is a likable person just trying to provide for his family and doing the best he can. There is an investment in hoping things can get better for him, and I also appreciate the moments where he stands up for himself against the constant cynicism and abuse thrown at him by his father. We see someone who, despite the constant negativity and attempts to bring him down, seeks to overcome that and show what he's capable of at his job at a Frito-Lay factory. I thought Jessica Garcia gave a good performance, and I especially liked Annie Gonzalez as his wife Judy. The humor lands more often than not, and it's nice the way they show the relationship between Richard, Judy, and their two children. Eva Longoria directs the movie with a lot of energy, finding clever ways to keep the story moving, and doing fun things with the camera and editing. Something that stood out to me is the way we move through the factory, giving us a clear understanding of where everything is and how the whole place functions. We see a place that is constantly on the move, making sure the snacks come out right and are out the door on time. We also get a sense of the small community of employees who are pivotal to making it function. Eva Longoria spent the last 10 years directing a variety of television episodes, and Flamin Hot shows she has a lot of promise as a movie director, and it does make me curious what she does in the future. I guess something I should bring up is the elf in the room regarding the accuracy of this story. There have been articles published questioning how much Richard Montanez contributed to the creation of Flamin Hot Cheetos. The official word from Frito-Lay and others is that while he did have a say in some elements, it was really a group effort, and the company had even been experimenting with making a spicy Cheetos flavor before they heard from him. The film itself does sort of address this, as one of the executives mentioned they were already working on a similar product, and there's a scene that shows scientists in the lab working with spicy ingredients. There are also a couple parts where Richard's narration mentions he's prone to exaggerating certain things. Now, the movie does play around with dates to fit with the narrative framework of the story. For example, the movie depicts him being hired to work as a janitor for Frito-Lay in the 80s and already having 2 children, but he was actually hired in 1976 when he was 18 years old. With all the differing stories about how the Flamin Hot Cheetos came to be, it's best not to view this as an accurate recreation of events, and I get the sense what attracted Eva Longoria to this story was less the snack and more showing Richard Montanez rising to the top. It's a film calling attention to lower-income families and how they deserve more opportunities beyond those society gives them, and how much harder they have to work just to be given a chance to show their skills. And I think this is absolutely a worthwhile message to showcase, which Flamin Hot does nicely. Something else I should mention is that this movie received an Oscar nomination for the uncredited song The Fire Inside. It's a somewhat catchy and listenable song, even though it relies a lot on repetition. However, the main reason the song was nominated was because it was written by Diane Warren. The music branch is probably the most prone to nominating favorites, and at some point several members of that branch decide to start nominating Warren every year. I don't know what hold she has over them, but she writes dozens of movie songs per year, and they end up rallying behind one of them. Of her 15 nominations, only twice has she had a realistic chance of winning. But if you ever wondered why this movie was nominated for an Oscar, that's why. But as for the film itself, even with the questions about the story's authenticity, I did find myself invested in the story depicted here and hoping things turn out well with the Montanez family along with the other people working in that factory. Eva Longoria also clearly did not want to rest on keeping the filmmaking straightforward and does a number of neat things with her direction. If you've seen Flamin Hot, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and thanks for the request, Graham.